We've arrived in the world of darkness, the final dungeon of Final Fantasy III, and thank goodness for that! But unfortunately we can't be too impatient. We could go straight up to the Cloud of Darkness, but they kind of knocked us down immediately within a single turn when we met them for the first time. So, going straight up to them again, not exactly a good idea. We should investigate the area and see if there's any way to weaken them first. And we start right off with an enemy based on a boss I don't like. Queen Scylla, however, is a lot weaker with only the spells Frog of Lazaga and Thundaga. Though to be fair, at this point, I think we might be able to take a Flare or a Holy. You know, maybe might be able to do that. But she goes down immediately. And that's over and done with. Still though, we were about to get to the good part of the song. And we got a ribbon right here, but it's a trap box, so we have to interrupt the music again with Xande's clone. Yeah, he's already been cloned. Stat-wise, he's weaker than the original Xande with only 39,000 HP, 109 attack, and 45 defense. However, his spell list is actually really good. He's got Meteor, Quake, Flare, Thundaga, Haste, and Protect, so since he can also attack twice per turn as well, he's at least decent. You know, he's not the best, but he'll at least do a little bit of damage if you let him. Of course, the problem here is letting him. You know how I killed the original Xande in only a few turns last time? Well, it's gonna be even easier this time around. And down he goes. Sorry, Xande. You get the short end of the stick again. I mean, technically speaking, he doesn't even appear in this game at all, because by the time you see him, he's being controlled by the Cloud of Darkness, so basically he's just an empty dead husk or whatever being controlled by a concept, which I don't really care for the Cloud of Darkness as much other than a concept. This is the Kage, by the way. They can inflict blind and poison with their attacks, and they also have the spell blind for some reason. I don't know why they don't just attack to do that, but whatever, their choice. But yeah, Cloud of Darkness works as a concept, but not really as an actual villain, because they're kind of uninteresting. They just keep going on about the Void without the same flair that Xdeath has. Because Xdeath is just so excited about the Void, and he's a Saturday morning cartoon villain. Cloud of Darkness is just like, yeah, Void, it's pretty great. That being said though, as I've said before, I like them as a concept because it also means there can be a Cloud of Light in Warriors of Darkness, and we're not playing as those... Wait, Crystal Room music? Gasp! It's a crystal! What's one of those doing here? We're not even underground. Blah 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 Void. Alright, who do we have to fight? First on our list of bosses of this area is Echidna. Echidna's got 99,999 HP, 117 attack, 46 defense, and the spells Tornado, Death, Quake, and Drain. Now, I'll be honest, other than the Cloud of Darkness themselves, Echidna's probably the hardest boss in World of Darkness. Because of this. Oh, okay, that didn't actually work. Okay, thank goodness, but you know Tornado by now, right? If it works, it brings you down to less than 10 HP, like single digits. You'll be lucky if you have double digits, basically. But yeah, the death spell isn't that bad just because it can protect against that. Not really much protection if she gets Tornado and just decides to hit you normally. Or theoretically speaking, if she's able to use Tornado then Quake, then you'd probably be super screwed if everyone was affected. Like right there, half my team, and Ayla goes down, because I couldn't exactly do anything about that. The only thing that protects you from the tornado is luck. If you're lucky enough not to be hit by it, well, congrats, you probably won't die. If you do get hit by it though, well, look at what happened to Ayla. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen again. The Drain spell can be kind of threatening just because it heals her, but probably not for that much health. And Quake, of course, can attack your entire party. A physical attack isn't the worst, unless it's against somebody who's already been weakened. Again, see Ayla. Okay, thankfully she's up, and I wasn't knocked out by her again. Okay, as long as Tornado and A-Hit don't happen, that's good. It's also good that Xavier's got that boost thing going on, because he can do something that's actually useful without attacking the enemy and possibly killing them while somebody is down, because that would mean they wouldn't get experience. But I was able to boost, and since I didn't explode, that was pretty useful because I just did, what was that, double or triple damage? Sometimes I have trouble remembering how many times I've boosted, including past me. Sometimes I just lost track, and also look at all those sixes. We got Satan experience and Satan money, and a level up, which I also assume is satanic. And by doing that, gasp! It's a Warrior of Darkness! Also, I like his eternal pouty face. And I'm pretty sure this is a typo, because he says the Cloud of Darkness appeared when the world was flooded with light. Which, first off, I'm pretty sure they've been referred to as the Cloud of Light before. And second off, why would there be a Cloud of Darkness when light flooded the world? That doesn't even make sense. Have you looked outside? There's a lot of light out there. It's really not that bad. We've driven most of it back. I mean, granted, we'll get particle beamed to oblivion if we don't do something about this, but at the moment, not too bad. So that was the first Warrior of Darkness, and that's pretty much the gimmick of this dungeon. In order to weaken the Cloud of Darkness, we need to free the 4 crystals and the 4 Warriors of Darkness, and of course, fight a boss for each crystal. Without it, it's possible to beat Cloud of Darkness, but it's not likely. Anyway, this is Jorgemund. He knows Protect and Quake, and also attacks twice per turn. So, fairly tough enemy. Decent amount of HP as well, 30,000. I was kind of hoping he'd attack first. I mean, to be fair, though, William is job level 99, so he is probably at least decently fast at this point. Just a little bit quick. Alright, well, that was Jorgemund. I want to call him the two-headed dragon, but that's not correct at all. Alright, well, that's that first section done. 3 more to go. Each one's got a ribbon with a Xande in a box, and each one's got a crystal. So I do like that we're going around to find the Warriors of Darkness who will help us to defeat the main enemy. I mean, again, I do kind of wish we played as the Warriors of Darkness in this game, because that'd be a pretty cool concept, again, especially for back in this day, before it was even really much of a stereotypical thing, you know? You know, it wasn't a huge, not stereotype. Shoot, what's the word? Cliche, that's it. How did I forget the word cliche? Oh, and, also, really sorry, Xande. Really sorry, Xande. Oh yeah, and that's also proof. That is one of the biggest bits of proof that, there is not a damage cap, but for some reason it also just always shows 9,999. Because if there was a damage cap and it was 9,999, he'd still have 19,000 HP left. So, yeah. I don't get why the game does that. There's no reason not to show you how much damage you're doing. I mean, it's not showing the enemy's HP either. Just go the Final Fantasy XIII route and try to impress me with big numbers, without having any sort of other substance or difficulty. You know, just really big numbers. That'll keep me entertained. Okay, I believe this is the Darkness Earth Crystal? Or Dark Earth Crystal? Anyway, this is Ahriman. Look at this guy, he's just so happy. Now, if you've played other Final Fantasy games, this guy might seem familiar. He does appear fairly often. He's got 99,999 HP, 107 attack, 46 defense. He's weak to wind since he is flying, but he has the spells Meteor, Kiraja, Quake, Faraga, Thundaga, and Blizzaga. Also, he can petrify you with his attacks. Now, normally Armin's gimmick is that he likes to cast the spell Doom, but that's not exactly a spell in this game, so he's just a bit of a hard hitter, got a fair bit of magic. Also, his attack animation is really weird. It takes a while, and it looks like he's about to crash into the ground. Also, his wings clip into the ground as well. You couldn't have placed his model any higher? Come on, guys. Seriously, though, you'd think they would have seen that one coming. It very clearly enters the ground. This area doesn't even exist. It's all just a little... I don't even know what to call it. We can stand on top of it, and yet his wings just go through it. Also... I apologize for all the silence, but it's only been 11 minutes, but I'm really frickin' thirsty. I'm almost out of water. This video's almost half an hour. Again, I face the problem of almost dying of dehydration. Well, it's not gonna happen for Final Fantasy III, let me tell you that. Oh, and he's already dead, thank goodness. His teeth all just disappear, so he's just got this big old grin. Big old toothless grin. He's just really... He's folding his mouth over his teeth. For some reason I was trying to do that myself. I don't know why. Oh, and of course the Warriors of Darkness all look the same, but... what are you gonna do? You kind of expect that sort of thing. Wouldn't it be cool if they all looked like one of your job classes, though? Like, did you all just exist before the job class existed? You're all just a knight class. Did you do a warrior-only run of Final Fantasy I? Or something similar? Dark Final Fantasy I, is that what it's called over there in Darkness Land? And you, the Master of Unlocking? Yeah, let's do that thing! Now you just sit around and do nothing until it's actually time for you to do a thing. I mean, in fairness, he probably doesn't even have a weapon. It has been thousands of years since the Warriors of Darkness have had to do anything. I don't even know how they're still alive, so it's impressive to an extent, but sadly we're on our own in terms of actually getting through the dungeon. But we're now halfway done with all this stuff. Oh, and new enemy type. What do we got this time? Oh, we got two guys. We've already seen Kage, of course, but that one is the Shadow Master. She only has the spell Protect, and she can inflict blind with her attacks. She can't attack 3 times, so nowhere near as bad as Kunoichi, because Kunoichi was really tough. Also, in the NES version, the Shadow Master was called the Leader. Just Leader. Of what? I don't know. Just everything. She's actually the true final boss of the game. Congrats, you did it. You killed the leader of everything. You now rule the world. Good job, Warriors of Light. You can just command the Cloud of Darkness to step down and not do a thing. Good job, you go-getters, you. Alright, next section. Okay, I need to go find a box and beat up Xande yet again. You know, I don't even think this is a clone of Xande. His soul is just coming back so we can beat it up. I really, really feel bad for Xande. Like, at this point, it's not even an almost thing anymore. Like, okay, your plan is dumb, but we all mess up sometimes, right? It's so unfair that this is what ends up happening to him. Just beat him up for eternity. Don't have to care what Xande thinks, just gonna stab him a whole bunch of times, because he's got a ribbon we need. I mean, come on, I want to prevent status effects. That'd be great. I want a whole lot of ribbons. Also, I think this is one of the few times in the series where the game is just so it's very generous with the ribbons. I don't know why, but it's just giving them out like candy. Usually there's like 1 or 2 per game. But no, here it's like, oh yeah, you know what, here's a ribbon per person. Everyone can have a ribbon. You know, we gave you ribbons before, but we're giving you even more now. Come on, take them. We're giving them to you. No reason. Certainly not. Another crystal. This one is the Dark Fire Crystal. Okay, this guy almost sounds like Xande. Ha ha ha! We will devour your meager lights! Turtle! Alright, so we've got the two-headed dragon. In the original version, it was known as Two-Head D. Yeah. Moving on, he's got 99,999 HP, 151 attack, 46 defense. No abilities. It can only attack twice. That's it. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep track of its HP, very simple track, just because I want to see how much I overkill it by. Like, just how much HP is left on the calculator by the time I'm done doing all this damage. Seriously though, Twin-Headed Dragon is probably the easiest boss in this dungeon. It's got pure power going for it, but if you really need to, protect yourself, and that's all you need to prevent anything bad from happening. That is it. That being said though, the damage is really starting to pile up. And according to the calculator, he should have like 74,000-ish health. I'm not keeping exact track, because I'm just following around, you know, a little casually. But yeah, now he's at 65, so we're nowhere near killing him, right? It's not good, because he's doing a lot of damage at a time, and he's attacking pretty quickly as well. Oh, and we got a critical attack, and he's dead. So yeah, calculator says he should have about 47,000 HP left. He doesn't. He has no HP. He is very, very dead. More Satan experience, more Satan money, and we're done here. That's another Warrior of Darkness saved right about now. See? You're fine. So are we saving the crystals and the Warriors of Darkness, or do we just save the crystal and that causes the Warrior of Darkness to be like, oh, hey, that's my crystal. Thanks, guys. And then the entire landmass just disappeared for some reason. I don't get why that happened. I mean, it's not really what I'd call the void. It was just ocean and a lot of mist. Yeah, here's your plot explanation, and just in case you didn't actually get it by now. Xande didn't create the earthquake, it was the Cloud of Darkness just being all Cloud of Darknessy and making a whole big earthquake that very nearly destroyed the world. I mean, the land turtle, tortoise, was right in the crystal room, so yeah, we were pretty close to all dying a horrible death. Dante just saved the day with a wimpy little knife. But that is very, very far in the past. As the Golgan said, the earthquake was just the beginning, and we're over that. That is just so 33 parts ago. Now, though, we have to worry about just one more crystal and Warrior of Darkness. That's right, it is very nearly over. We've almost finished. This is the last section. And that means, of course, we're going to beat up Xande one more time. The game just hates Xande so much that we're punching him in the face for the 4th and final time. We've beaten him up 4 times in this video. Like, he had a terrible debut, his fight was easy, and now we're not even caring. We're just beating him up a whole bunch of times. You know, they could have made unique mini-bosses for each of these chests, but no, Xande, over and over again. Unthreatening Xande clone. I mean, I said earlier, oh, it's probably just Xande again, but honestly, if it's just a Xande effigy, that is just as effective. Here is this fake Xande. We will beat him up just to show how much we hate Xande. Just hate that guy so much, he sucks. There, he's dead now. Hooray! Well, that was the last we'll ever see of Xande, or hear of him either. Yep, he's just dead for good. Poor guy. Ah well, thankfully this is also a very easy section. We're already at the crystal room, so we are almost done with the World of Darkness, and I think this is the Dark Wind Crystal? I think the first one was the Dark Water Crystal, and this one is Wind. That's what I'd assume with the lighter blue, anyway. And now we're fighting Cerberus. So, Cerberus here, 99,999 HP, 123 attack, 46 defense. He knows the spells Faraga, Blizzaga, and Thundaga, and because Cerberus has 3 heads, it can attack 3 times per turn. It can also inflict poison, but we have 4 ribbons, that's not going to be a problem. So yeah, while it doesn't have as good of an attack as Two-Headed Dragon, the 3 attacks thing will really put a dent in your HP. Thankfully, Cerberus seems to be a little faster than William, so we were able to heal that off no problem. Also, I really like its animation, it's just going wild there. And Cerberus is so excited. Alright, I'm gonna get you, Warriors of Light. Oh darn it, I forgot to keep track of their HP. Oh well, maybe next time. I mean, you kinda got the point with Two-Headed Dragon, right? We are way overkilling them. And I've proven the fact that we do way more than 9,999 damage. Why does it cap that, though? I seriously don't understand that. Like Final Fantasy X, that game does actually cap the damage for a while, and then there are secret weapons that actually uncap your damage, so you do more than that much damage. That actually makes sense. And then I'm pretty sure it actually shows that damage being uncapped and not at 9,999 HP. It's just so arbitrary, though. Why do it? I mean, this boss is dead, so thank goodness I can stop going on about that, because God knows there was so much going on with the boss itself. But that's the 4th boss done! World of Darkness is so very nearly finished. We just need one final stretch to get to the Cloud of Darkness. It's a really weird relationship. It's great for ratings, though. Light and Darkness, they got that will they won't they thing going on there. The viewers just absolutely love it. Uh-huh, sure, right. Personally, I'd prefer to call my power having a ninja and a sage and an onion knight and a punch man. All of that combined is what will stop the Cloud of Darkness. I mean, I can hope, but quite frankly, back when I was younger, I hoped that I could beat this game. It never happened. You know, other than one time, I would always get sick of this game partway through. So, you know, quite frankly, I have much more of a... I've got more confidence in my ability to stab it real good. Just seriously get that stabbing in really good, like I never have before. And punching, of course, can't forget the punching. So, once you're ready, go into this central area, and you'll be teleported to the final segment, which actually shows you where to go. And this is actually a really cool effect. I like this. There's also an enemy that's a recolor of the Echidna enemy called Hydra, but I didn't actually see her, so no need to worry about that. Oh no, the game doesn't tell me where to go immediately. Whatever will I do? Okay, I have to admit this final room really looks cool, and Thor? Thor, what the hell are you doing here? Thor, you were an enemy in the previous dungeon, and you were really easy at that point as well. Well, since I'm not really going to talk about these guys, I suppose I can remind you that if you die anywhere in this dungeon, you gotta redo a whole lot of stuff over again. Like the Xande fight, or any fights in the World of Darkness, because there are no save points here. You gotta do the entirety of the World of Darkness in one run. Isn't that fun? Oh, no it's not. But, no need to worry about that, because we are at the very end. Next time on Final Fantasy III, we take on the Cloud of Darkness and save the world. For real this time.